Hi Sec2s. In this video, we are going to learn how to expand algebraic expressions. So you should be on page 64 of your book. Now in Sec 1, we learn how to do algebraic expansion of expressions like this, right? 3 times x plus 2. We basically multiply the 3 to both the x and the 2. So we get 3x plus 6. So in general, when we multiply a to a bracket b plus c, we need to multiply the a to the b and to the c. So in this video, we will learn how to expand expressions that look like this. What if I wanted to multiply a plus b to c plus d? So both the brackets have 2 or more terms. So this would be the objective of this video. So let's look at how we can expand this. Now we're going to look at a visual representation of expanding this first. Can you see I'm looking at the a plus b as if it's one side of a rectangle. So this side of this rectangle is the sum of a and b. Then this side of the rectangle is the sum of c and d. Now, if I wanted to find the total area of this rectangle, I'll need to take a plus b times c plus d. So, how do we find the total area of this rectangle? Can you see that first, I can find the area of these 4 rectangles individually first. So, the area of this rectangle would be a times c. And this rectangle would be a times d, right? Because I'm taking this length times the breadth here. So here I took this length times the breadth here. Next, let's take a look at this rectangle. So the length here is B and C. So this rectangle would be BC. And then this rectangle would be B and D. So this would be BD. Can you see that what essentially has happened is that we multiplied the A to the C. And we also had to multiply the A to the D. So that's how I got AC and AD. Next, we also had to multiply the B to the C and the B to the D. So we got BC and BD. So this is called the distributive law. We basically distribute the A to the 2 terms in the other bracket. And we also distribute the B to the 2 terms in the bracket. So eventually, when we expand this out, expansion means, remember, we don't want to see any more brackets. So when we expand this out, we will get AC plus AD plus BC plus BD. So this is how the distributive law works for brackets where there are more than two or more terms. Now, we may not always draw this rectangle to do this question. So basically what we need to do is to apply this distributive law immediately. Okay, but in case you need a visual, we can also consider using this multiplication frame. I'll go through one example on how this multiplication frame can be used. So instead of drawing out the rectangle, you just draw out this frame and then fill in the values here. So this is as if it's your side of the rectangle where x and 8 are added together. And this is another side of the rectangle where x and 3 are added together. So how do we do this expansion? We need to multiply the length here and the breadth here. So x times x, which is x squared. Then x times 3. So this is 3x. And then this is 8 times x. And then 8 times 3, so 24. So when this is fully expanded, basically it means the area of the 4 rectangles added together. So it's x squared plus 8x plus 3x plus 24. Now remember from the previous video, we learned how to add together the like terms. The only like terms here are the 8x and the 3x. So when we add these two together, we will get x squared plus 11x plus 24. Okay, so for the subsequent examples, I'm not going to use the multiplication frame. So I'm going to show you how I will use the distributive law directly to get the answer. So let us take a look at part B. So for part B, if I don't use this multiplication frame, what it means is basically each of the terms in this bracket must multiply with the terms in the second bracket. So let's do this first. Y times y, so that gives us y squared. Y times 2, negative 2, so that gives us negative 2y. Then 5 times y, so positive 5y. Positive 5 times negative 2 gives you a negative 10. Then we can add the like terms together. In this case, negative 2y and positive 5y. So y square. Negative 2 plus 5 is positive 3. So this gives us positive 3y minus 10. Now let us look at part C. So similarly, multiply each of the terms in this bracket with the terms in the second bracket. Do it in an orderly manner so you don't miss out any of the expansion. So I'm going to start with the x and I multiply with the x. So that's going to give us x squared. Next, I'm going to multiply the x with the negative 3. So that's going to give me negative 3x. Next, negative 8 times x. And then lastly, negative 8 times negative 3. Negative times negative will give us positive 24. Then we can continue adding together the like terms, negative 3x minus 8x. So that will give us negative 11x. You can try the questions on page 65, practice 2a and 2b on your own.